Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you, and today is my weekly trade predictions video for the upcoming trading week of August 2nd through August 6th, 2021. Okay, and what I will do here is I will look at all the major Forex currency pairs on a 30-minute time frame. Okay, and I will try to compare that to higher time frames such as the 4-hour daily and weekly charts. Okay, and then I'll try to give you my analysis of what I think is going to happen based on that comparison, okay, in my experience, of course. So to begin with, I want to say this coming Friday is the non-farm payroll for both the Canadian dollar and the US dollar. So we have a big day coming out. The unemployment rate, at least for the US dollar, is expected to drop slightly, okay, and there's going to be supposed to be some more jobs added to the economy. So that's a good sign for the US dollar. Now do keep in mind that the unemployment rate is still much higher than it was before the coronavirus pandemic. So yes, the economy is starting to turn around, but you know, it's still a long ways from being fully recovered, and it's going to take its time. I guarantee it's probably going to take another year or more, because right now there's a new Delta variant coming out with the coronavirus. So I'm not going to discuss that too much, but the thing is, we don't know how this is going to affect the economy. Okay, also the U.S. Congress and senators are pushing forth a new fourth stimulus package. They already passed this new infrastructure bill, but they're also going to pass a new bipartisan bill, which hopefully this will have more stimulus money that all Americans can enjoy, and this will in turn pump more money back into the U.S. economy. Okay, so that is what we're waiting on. If they get that passed this month in August, I hope they will. We don't know. Then that would be a really good sign for the U.S. dollar. That and the lower unemployment rate will force the U.S. dollar to go up. Okay, now we kind of had a little setback this week with the U.S. dollar, and that's not a big deal, but the U.S. dollar is definitely on track to be going back up, and I'll show you that here in a few minutes. So I want to start with Euro USD, okay, and my comparison. I already have it pulled on the screen, as you can see right here, and we do see that the euro definitely did gain against the US dollar this week, okay, and you see the price ended higher than where it began. So we had pretty much a steady, a nice little steady uphill climb, but we hit this strong point this week and it's starting to come back down again. So the question is it going to continue to go up, or is it going to go into a downtrend? Now if we go to the 4-hour chart and want to compare the lower time frames to the higher, we see that it definitely has hit a high point, at least on the 4-hour chart. If you look at the daily, which shows to go down, and the weekly as well, which has been shown for quite some time. So the fact that the 4-hour now has hit a strong point, and you see this indicator has not repainted yet, so that's a good sign. And it had a pretty good drop there on Friday afternoon. So I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, I do feel that this will be dropping, but I think we're going to have another slight pullback and before it drops anymore. Okay, that's typically normally what happens. We didn't see a big huge climb, okay, which is a good sign actually that yes, this is definitely going to a downtrend. I did kind of predict that it would hit this point right here last video. So it hit that point but actually broke, so which kind of leads me to believe that it might possibly go higher. I don't know, but if we zoom out, see this is the previous high point here, so this high point is a lot lower than the previous. Okay, so definitely has room to travel. Okay, if I said before, if it broke this resistance, it would probably go to this level. Okay, and that would probably be like, I don't know, the most feasible spot for this to form a red arrow. But as you can see, it's already formed a red arrow. So okay, so it's definitely going to be headed down this week. but we're not going to see a huge drop. I don't think. We might. It depends upon the US dollar. And like I said, the US dollar is expected to have some good news this coming Friday, but that's Friday. Okay, so that would mean the next week you would see this one in particular drop a lot more. So if the US dollar goes up, the euro is going to go down. That's just how it works. Okay, so for most of this week, what I think is going to happen is we're going to see mostly a flat range of market. Okay, and by the end of the week we'll see this drop back down. Right now it shows to be going down. The 1 hour chart, the 4 hour, 30 minute, everything shows the drop right now, and it's already dropping. So we're going to see this drop probably drop a little bit more, and then Tuesday going to Wednesday, probably around Wednesday. Usually Wednesdays are a good day for reversals in the market. Okay, just so you know. And by Wednesday we should see this going back up. So the first Monday and Tuesday we'll probably see this drop some more, and then by Wednesday, Wednesday and Thursday we see this shoot back up, and then Friday when non-farm payroll kicks in, boom, we're going to see it drop a lot more. That would be a perfect scenario, and I feel very strongly that is what's going to happen. Okay, we'll see it drop a little bit more. It's going to come back up, not as high as this point. It'll come up somewhere in here, and then it'll drop back down again. So now going into next week again, we'll see it drop even more. We have a pullback, drop more, and over the long term, over the long haul, it's going to be dropping, because if you look at the weekly chart, we got to break the support right here. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see this. I'm going to drop this down. We have a support right here, so we're looking for that to break, and it's not going to break this week, I don't think. With the non-farm payroll, it might, but definitely going into next week, we'll definitely see this drop and drop a lot more. So it is on its track for going to a downtrend. Now, will it go up more this week? I don't know. I don't think so, but we're probably going to see mostly a flat range of market, and then by Friday either it's going to drop and break, or I don't know. Don't want to put words in my mouth right yet, but do expect mostly a flat range of market. Now, what do we trade this week? Yes, you should be safe to both buy and sell using a 30-minute time frame. Okay, we're just going to leave it at that. If you keep your charts on a 30-minute time frame, right now looks like a pretty excellent time to sell. This being the euro, I would wait until at least the London session on Monday before placing any trades. And that goes for any currency pair, really. The reason being is because the market is pretty slow and sluggish when the markets first open on Monday mornings. Okay, and that's in Tokyo, Japan. But give it time for the markets to come alive and start to get some data in the market and see what things are going. So as you can see right now, it's definitely headed down, but when market opens it might go a little higher and then come down some more. So we want to wait until at least the London session to see what the market's doing, and then you can place a sell trade and wait until you get the next opposite blue arrow, close that trade, and then wait a couple hours after you get that blue arrow, and then place another buy trade and close it when you get the next red arrow, and just repeat that process. Okay, very, very simple. All right, now let's move on to a GBP USD. Okay, we kind of see this almost exact same structure here this week. Okay, the price definitely gained against the dollar. Good. That means if the pound went up, the dollar went down, so that's okay. And it looks like now it's definitely getting ready to go back down. The only difference is we have a blue arrow right here. Okay, we didn't see that here on the euro. Okay, but we see that here on the Great British Pound. So that's a good sign that it's going back up right now. Now, generally, the Great British Pound is a much stronger currency pair than the euro. Okay, so yes, it probably will go up this week more than the euro will. Now, if we look at the 4-hour chart, again, boom, we see that it's wanting to go into a downtrend. So what does that mean? Okay, probably the first half of the week we will definitely see it shoot back up some more and then go down again. I don't think it's going to go up much because the 1 hour shows the sell, 30 minutes shows the buy. So we're going to see this go up a little bit, and then shoot down even more. It might form a red arrow, it might not. If you look at the daily chart, it shows to go up. And I pointed out last week that, check this out, I pointed out right here that would be the point where we should see a red arrow. If we do see a red arrow, we may not see a red arrow. It might shoot down and we could have another blue arrow even lower. Okay, so it is very, very possible that we may not have a red arrow. But as you can see right here, I can even zoom in a little bit, but right here it has not touched that. That's the reason why there's no red arrow right now. Now if we look at the weekly chart, however, all we have is a red arrow to sell. Okay, so we know that the long-term trend is bearish. It will be dropping, so you do not want to be buying it, okay, long term. Now what do we do this week? Well, right now I would not buy. Okay, 1 hour chart shows to sell. It's already at a pretty strong resistance level. Okay, 30-minute, 4 hour shows to sell, 30-minute shows to sell. Well, 30 minutes shows to buy, but like I said, wait until at least the London session on Monday to see what the price is doing. So right now it shows to buy, but I can about guarantee you by the time the London session kicks in, it's probably going to tell you to sell again. Okay, so remember, like all my strategy videos I've showed you in the past, always look at your higher time frames to see which way the price is going, and then trade on the lower times going in that direction. Okay, so like this one is showing to sell, so you would want to put a sell limit pending order here around this green line, or you want to look for sell opportunities only. So now what's going to happen? Well, like I said, this Friday is non-farm payroll. That will affect the US dollar, and that's not until Friday. So at right this minute it's showing to go up. Okay, so we're going to have probably on Monday we'll see this shoot back up some more, and then Tuesday going to Wednesday we'll see it shoot back down more. Okay, that's what I feel. At least wait, like I said, we'll at least wait until the London session on Monday. We'll see what's going on. But yes, it's probably going to be going up. You probably could buy right now, but to be safe, I would probably sell only. Okay, I know the euro, I said you could buy and sell. This one, I feel strongly that it's going to be going down. Okay, another daily shows to buy, but I do feel this will be going down this week. If the US dollar has the good news as expected, this definitely will be going down. Okay, so more or less we're going to see a flat range of markets. We're not going to see a big drop. The price is going to come back up some more. Probably Monday and Tuesday, we'll probably see the price come up some more, and then by Wednesday we'll see the price drop back down. Wednesday and Tuesday drop back down, go back up again, and then Friday slam dunk. Okay, so basically the same, pretty much the same thing I said with the Euro USD. You probably would be safe to both buy and sell, but for this particular pair I would probably focus on selling only. Okay, if that makes sense. Now let's look at AUD USD. Okay, Australian dollar versus the US dollar. This one's a lot different, right? The price ended almost exactly where it began, slightly lower, but you can see it was pretty much in a flat range of market. Okay, and that's pretty much what I predicted last week. Now this type of scenario right here, this setup is perfect. Now of course we're looking in the past. Nobody knows the future is the problem in Forex. If everybody knew the future, we'd all be gazillionaires, right? But looking at this structure right here, this is perfect to trade on like a 30-minute, even 15-minute time frame. Okay, trade from arrow to arrow. Okay, you could place a trade here, close it here, place another buy trade, close it here, etc. Now if this were to continue on forever, we'd have it made. Okay, but it just doesn't always happen that way. But yes, when you have a flat range of market like this, perfect time to trade. Okay, and we're probably going to see more of that this week. Okay, the reason being is we look at the 4 hour chart, it shows to buy. We have no red arrow. So the first half of the week we're going to see this go back up. If we look at the 1 hour chart, it shows to sell, 30 minutes shows to buy. We already had a strong support there. It might drop down a little more. We're looking for a blue arrow to form on a 1 hour chart, but for whatever reason there's not. But yes, right now it shows the buy with a big drop, and it's going to come back up. Okay, look at the daily chart. It shows the buy also. Okay, that's the big kicker right there. The weekly chart shows the sell, however. And last week I drew a trend line coming down and marked that. So we're looking. I'll draw it again real quick so you can kind of see. But we're looking for this price to hit that trend line. We are technically in a downtrend. Okay, we're not in an uptrend. So, but for this week, this particular pair will most likely be going up. Okay, not a huge gain. Okay, like I said, if the non-farm payroll comes out and the employment report is as expected, you're going to see this particular pair drop a lot more as well. Okay, U.S. dollar is going to surge and the Australian dollar will drop, but the Australian dollar is a strong currency pair as well. So when you put the two together, you know, they kind of clash neck and neck. But I do expect the first half of the week for the price to go up, and then going into the second half, probably, you know, Wednesday going to Thursday, we'll see that drop back down more. And then depending on non-farm payroll, we'll see it drop a lot more. So it just depends. But we're definitely going to see probably more of a flat range of market this week. That's what we had this past week, and it's going to continue. 30-minute chart, let me zoom out a little bit, shows the buy right now. Okay, perfect. So you could buy. Again, I wait until at least the London session on Monday before placing a trade. That's just my recommendation. But you could buy, you know, now, whenever, and then this is a fresh signal anyway, so I wouldn't place a trade right away. But place a buy trade, close it on the next red arrow, and just repeat that process. So for this pair, you should be safe to both buy and sell using a 30-minute time frame. Okay, just, you know, keep in mind that this coming Friday is a non-farm payroll, and we are expected for this to drop if everything goes as planned. Okay, now if these three pairs are predicted to go down, US dollar should be going up. Okay, now US dollar, euro gained, pound gained, and the Australian dollar kind of sort of, well, it dropped some, but it was most of a flat range of market, like I said. Now the US dollar, if those pairs go up, the US dollar went down. Okay, so like I said in the beginning of the video, the US dollar had a retreat this past week, and as you can see right here, the US dollar fell against the Swiss franc. Okay, so it's okay, it's not a big deal, but you definitely see that it dropped. Now it's kind of plateaued or hit a strong support level. If we look here on the 4-hour chart, we have a strong signal to buy. Now this is pretty fresh, but it has not repainted, and that's a good sign because we should be getting ready for this to go back up now. I was kind of hoping that it wouldn't drop this far, but it has, but not a big deal. If you look in the past, yes, it did. I marked in the last video, I marked this resistance, and I said that this is probably where it's going to form a blue arrow, and I was pretty much on the money. If you look at the daily chart, it shows the buy, and the weekly chart as well. So what does that mean? Well, it means that yes, it's definitely getting ready to go up. Okay, and like I said, if the non-farm payroll comes out this Friday and the news is expected, we're going to see a big surge. So what's going to happen? I say a big surge, you know, maybe 400 or 500 points, which is good. But anyhow, what's going to happen this week? Right now, the 30-minute chart shows the buy, and you can see it's kind of slowly going up, which is fine. The first half of the week, I expect this to go up. Okay, Monday and Tuesday. By Wednesday and Thursday, you should see it drop back down, and then Friday, with the report of the non-farm payroll, spike back up again. Perfect scenario. Okay, that's exactly what I expect to happen. Okay, and that's just based on my experience and what I've seen the market do, because I do this over and over and over again every single week. I see what the market does. Okay, now is it going to do that? Am I a fortune teller? No, but that is pretty much what I expect, and my predictions have been pretty accurate. Okay, I'm not gonna say 100%, but at least 85% accurate. I don't know. I'm not going to get into analysis of how accurate I am, but you know, I can definitely tell you that it's definitely going to go up. Okay, we see the long-term trend is bullish, that it will be going up. And if you want to play it safe, you could buy only, but I do feel I don't expect huge gains, especially this week. Maybe next week we'll see more stronger gains because of the non-farm payroll, but this week we're going to see up and down, a lot of up and down movements with a slight uptrend. Okay, we're going to see the price come up some more and then back down and then back up again. So this particular pair, you should be perfectly fine to both buy and sell using a 30-minute time frame. Okay, moving on to USD JPY. Okay, US dollar versus Japanese yen now. Now this one definitely dropped this past week. Okay, and that's okay because that's kind of what we've been wanting for this USD JPY to do. Typically the USD JPY has kind of an inverse relationship for what the US dollar Swiss franc does, USD CHF. Not always, okay, but a lot of times if the USD CHF goes up, this one will go down, and it's just all these Japanese yen pairs are kind of quirky like that. Okay, they had their own set of rules, their own behavior, if you will. Okay, but the thing is, we did see this drop this past week. Okay, we saw the USD CHF drop, so they all kind of fall in line. But this one here, I was kind of expecting to drop anyways. Now, if we look at the 4-hour chart, check this out. The 4-hour chart shows the buy. Okay, but you know, it came out, had this high point. Is it going to go up this week? Well, like I said before, it all depends on the non-farm payroll. Yes, it probably will be going up this week. The daily chart shows the sell and the weekly chart shows the buy, which has been shown for quite some time. But the fact that the daily shows the sell and we had 2 red arrows in a row, we need another blue arrow. Okay, I feel strongly that the next arrow will be a blue arrow. We have a support way down here, which I've showed you plenty of times in the previous videos, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to drop that low. Okay, I just don't have the feeling that it will. It just depends. Okay, but I do think this will be dropping. Okay, the first half of the week. Okay, the 4-hour shows to buy, and the 1 hour shows the buy, and 30 minutes shows the buy. So the first half of this week, you're going to see this go up. Okay, how high? I don't know. Because if you look at the 4-hour chart, well, we have a strong resistance up here, but I don't think it's going to go that high. I just don't think it's going to go that high. But we have, looks like a strong resistance right here on this candle. Okay, and that would be like the most feasible spot for this to go up. Okay, look at the 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour chart, this gives you kind of a good idea of what the market's going to do. Let me zoom out a little bit. And you have a resistance here, here. So this is kind of a strong resistance zone. Okay, and what you could do, and this is something I would like to do myself, is put a sell limit pennant order just below here. Okay, probably around 110.150, 100 even. Put a sell limit right here, so when the price goes up, and it's going to activate a sell trade and drop back down. So Monday and Tuesday, do expect this to go up. Okay, and then Wednesday and Thursday, I would expect this to shoot back down some more, and then Friday probably spike back up because of the non-farm payroll. So yeah, but long term, you know, long term is going to go up, but that's, you know, it's going to take this is a weekly chart I'm looking at right here, but that's months down the road. The daily chart shows the sell, so even if the price spikes back up to this resistance, it might shoot some more, but I feel that in the coming weeks we'll probably see this drop back down again. Okay, where it'll form a blue arrow, I have no idea. it could have 3 red arrows in a row. It is very, very possible, because if we look at the weekly chart, we had a blue arrow, blue arrow, blue arrow, 3 blue arrows in a row. That's amazing. So yeah, it's possible to have a 3rd red arrow even higher. I don't know, but we will see. Okay, I would like to see a blue arrow form here on the daily chart, and that would give us a strong indication that we want to buy long term. Okay, but the 4-hour chart already shows the buy, so I don't know. But yes, this could drop lower with another blue arrow even lower. We just don't know the future right now. But what I can tell you for this week is that we're going to see a lot of up and down. So you should be safe to both buy and sell this week using a 30-minute time frame. Okay, 30 minutes shows the buy. With this being the US dollar, I would probably wait until the New York session on Monday before placing any trades. At least the London session, it's up to you. But at least wait until you see some data. Yes, you can buy and close it when you get the next red arrow, and then once you get the next red arrow, wait a couple hours. Okay, make sure the indicator does not repaint, and then place a sell trade and close it on the next blue arrow. Just keep repeating that process. So you should be perfectly fine to both buy and sell using a 30-minute time frame. Now let's look at US dollar versus Canadian dollar. Okay, this one will be strongly affected by the non-farm payroll this week, and I would probably most likely expect a surge from the US dollar. This past week we saw the price drop, most definitely. As you can see, the price is lower than where it began, but it looks like we hit a strong support level right here, which is good. So more than likely it's going to be definitely going to be going back up this week. If you look at the 4-hour chart, we already hit a strong signal to buy. It has not repainted, so that's a good sign. But it's still a pretty fresh signal. But definitely what's going to happen in the first half of the week, we'll see it go up some more, and then around Wednesday we'll see it drop. Probably Wednesday and Thursday we're going to see it drop back down, and then Friday spike up again. Okay, perfect scenario. The daily chart, however, shows the sell, so a little confusing on that one, but it depends on non-farm payroll. I think this is going to go up more. It might drop some more, but you're not going to see a huge drop. And the weekly chart shows to buy, right? So we know long term is going to go up, and it's technically in an uptrend already. But if you look right here on this trend line, okay, look at this. This is the part. Well, I'm going to go to the daily chart, make this a little bit clearer. Okay, let me delete that, draw this again. But if we come up like this, look at this. I'm just trying to get all these points to connect on the bottom here. Okay, so where we're at right now, we're almost at that support line, or the trend line right here. Okay, this is your support going up. So technically we are in an uptrend. Okay, now it says to sell, it shows to sell here. That's fine. And like I said, okay, let me just drop down to the 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart shows to buy. So right now it's going to go up, and by Wednesday it's going to drop back down. Probably, and I'm just guessing, okay, please don't quote me on this, but this is educated guess based on my experience. We'll see the price go up some more, probably right about here. Okay, this is a support, which is now a resistance, and around Wednesday we see it shoot back down again. Will it shoot all the way down to this trend line? I just don't think so, but it might. And then by Friday spike up again. Okay, now going into next week when we'll see this shoot up a lot higher. Okay, so what do we do this week? So up until non-farm payroll this week, you should be safe to both buy and sell using a 30-minute time frame, simply because right now it looks like a good time to buy. You could buy right now and then hold it until you get a red arrow. Again, wait until at least the London session, my recommendation. But or you can just wait until you get a red arrow, your choice, and then sell. Okay, if you buy right now, you're not going to get much profit, maybe 100 pips or points depending on your broker, but yeah, you can get a little bit of profit on the way up, and then when you get the next red arrow, close that trade and then sell again. Okay, and then close the sell trade when you get the next blue arrow, and just repeat that process, right? And again, this Friday we are expected to have somewhat good news with the US dollar, so we should see the US dollar spike up. Okay, so that will conclude my weekly trade predictions. I really appreciate you staying tuned to me, and if you have any questions at all about this, or if you want me to analyze any other currency pair, okay, please hit me up on Facebook. Okay, I put a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. Please contact me there. Okay, I got a lot of people contacting me, but I will do my best to try and help you, and we can try to even work on some strategies with other currency pairs. Okay, so anyhow, oh, also, if you have not joined my Facebook group, like I always say, there is a link below in the description of the video for my personal Facebook group. Please, okay, please join my Facebook group and push any questions and comments in my Facebook group. But anyhow, if you have any questions at all, or about this or Forex in general, anything, I don't care, just hit me up on Facebook, and I will do my very best to try and help you. Okay, so with that said, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Just let me know how I can help you, and thank you so much.